Talladega Superspeedway. Justin Prince alongside Jeremy Briggs, David Kreutz as the producer here tonight here on Maconi Entertainment. You haven't missed a thing. We have stayed caution this whole time, but Joshua Colbreth is the current leader. He elected to stay out for this caution period, along with Raphael Semprok. Brian Huntley was the first off pit road, followed by Ross, Knack, Curhan, Kauser, Baker, Matheson, and McCracken. Right now, the field getting ready for the restart. Right now, there are 21 cars on the lead lap. Amongst those who have lost positions due to penalties or because they stopped to the track, Garrett Pick and Jeff Maconi. Just about set for the restart. It's going to get interesting from here. 40 to go. It is tight on gas from this point. Let's see who makes it. Green flag is out. And it's 3 wide before the start and finish line. Somebody tried to force it. That was Trav McCracken. Everybody else stays normal.
Like you said, we're going to be tight on fuel from here on out. We'll have to see what drivers decide to just drop in the back, ride 3/4 throttle and see if they can manage it, and try not to pit for the rest of the race and be there.
Couple drivers electing drop towards the back, including Ortega there, but one driver expected to go on the aggressive Hickory Motor Speedway's Landon S. Huffman. He's been in the back for a long period of time. He's already in the top 10 this restart already.
Nice and easy on this restart. It seems like drivers just trying to feel it out as they got heavier fuel loads now, trying to stretch it out to the end. As we are going 3 wide here at the start-finish line. Again, excuse me, it's all 4 wide.
4 wide, someone wanted to drop out of it. Semprok getting shuffled, Landon S. Huffman working this time with Pick high side. A lot of wiggling up there. Lots of people have not taken tires tonight. Huffman gets the huge push this time from Pick.
No tires and the track temp is rising. We'll have to see how this plays out as the sun is beating down on this track in the last half of this race. We'll have to see how any of the handling issues come up.
That middle line still seems to be the line to be, though, for the win, possibly. That outside line just can't sustain it for more than a lap.
I feel like if these drivers got up on that high side, Justin, and they got it all put together, they could really maintain and control this race. But only 3 drivers really seem to drive up there, and then they kind of just go back to the middle once they get clear from everybody.
Curhan's the one that's got the push middle side for the time being. Landon S. Huffman has the push high side. Inside line led by Ross. Huge run. Now they get it worked together to the lead. Landon Huffman.
I'm hoping they're going to stay up here, but I think they're going to drive back to the middle to protect like they have always had. But that top line, if they can stay together, will really work right now, the way these cars are working.
New DNF to the list, by the way. Raz Box is officially out of the race. He was 5 laps down of the choice there after his initial incident that brought out the caution. No lead lap those this time for Huffman. He just got doored. Huffman gets doored off the racetrack.
What a save.
Great one indeed, but Semprok not making friends. He's now on the apron.
As we're at halfway, incredible save out of that young kid right there.
You know who's up here all of a sudden, though? Alexander Balderas. And he's going to be wanting to try and see if he gets the right tune that finds him to the point.
Bottom line is really organized now. After that little incident, it kind of broke everything apart. Only 4 cars on the top. Or I should say middle.
Hayden Strickland, with that last move you may have seen there, has gone to the lead. But that's not going to last for long with how the race is going here. 36 to go, just past halfway in the race. Everybody's racing like it's the last lap. Much of the field is good on gas, if not close, because of the delayed caution period. Now, it's the question, though, for Semprok and for Colbreth. Are they going to get a caution to help them?
A $250 caution would be the question, right? As we continue side by side, out of turn 4, we come to the tri-oval. About a 10-car breakaway. They kind of single file out after that, kind of the damaged group. 35 laps to go at the line.
Just got forwarded a interesting story about the paint scheme tonight, by the way, from Peyton Strickland. Remember the story I told you a while back about Dylan Batty, who ended up winning Paint Scheme of the Year last year on Trading Paints? Well, that's one of his paint schemes right now in Peyton Strickland's car. That was a car that he took to the race win last night in a race broadcasted by the 95 of Alexander Balderas. That was the Highline Racing League on FTN. So it's interesting that you have the paint scheme that was called to the win, now leading yet again, now for $250 tonight.
That paint scheme seems to be good luck. We'll have to see if it continues tonight. Luck has been on his side.
But how long does it last is the question. They're carrying 188 miles an hour for the field. It's right now the top 9 that are grouped together. There's a small buffer outside of that.
We'll have to see how this plays out with that second group. If they're not, if they're not the group that's saving a little bit to get them to the end.
I should probably clarify. Apparently, Tyler Hampton won the paint scheme last night, or won in the paint scheme. It just so happens Peyton Strickland got the paint scheme. You're right about the luck, though. He's got some solid luck, it seems, tonight. You know who's leading topside, though? It's Garrett Pick. Yet again. He's amongst those we've seen be aggressive in these types of races, but the good kind of aggressive, the smart move type.
Pick and Strickland leading the way here as Matson and Kerwin on their tails, just trying to push them, trying to keep everybody up here to the front. We'll have to see if this second group can get single file and maybe make something happen on the top side and try to pass all about this 9-car group here.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed with these cars, though, over time is it's hard to group them back together sometimes if you don't have the help. And we talked about the fuel totals. Some people, I think, are running half throttle to make sure they can make it on the gas in the back half of the field.
It's certainly going to be close.
Now,
as we got 32 laps to go.
Here's the thing, though. That only helps you so much, Jeremy, if you're the lead car, or not the lead car, but also you have to be on the bumper in theory to save the gas. It doesn't really help the half throttle sometimes, at least. I'm not sure if you've noticed the same thing, unless you're close to the car in front.
You've got to be close to their bumper, but you got to, like you said, breathe that throttle as much as you can while getting buffered around. It's like being on the highway, being behind the semi. As soon as you get behind that semi, it sounds like it's quiet, no more air on your car. And that's kind of where they need to get into that zone where it's kind of buffered and they can save a little bit more fuel.
31 laps to go this time by. And most of the field has indeed gone the Strat way, except for the front 2. I think Garrett Pick and Peyton Strickland, I can already tell you actually, they're amongst those who have worked together in these races in the past. They've shared paint schemes sometimes before. Expect them to stay hooked up here to control the front lines.
Blow up.
Just like that.
Car slow on the backstretch.
Oh, why did they stop on the backstretch? Is he out of gas? 27 laps. I think he just quit. What is that?
I don't know if something happened where he couldn't see his screen anymore, or like a technical issue, or like you said, ran out of fuel.
Well, Seth Brock just parked it. A lot of conversation about fuel on the radio all of a sudden. Now it's the matter. How long will some cars go?
20. Definitely.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
All right, I guess I'll go. So these drivers are definitely, like you said, starting to save some fuel, but they're still running about 190 miles an hour while saving and catching lap traffic.
That lap traffic, by the way, for those wondering, is Mark Allen Bivens. Also out of the draft this time, Jeff Maconi, and yet again, Landon Huffman. So traffic, no problem. I will say for the 37 in sim, 28 car on track and paint scheme, Landon's had zero luck tonight. I mean, I think negative luck, if anything. Negative 20 luck.
Only luck he had was making that save when he got tagged on the front stretch and not wrecking everybody else.
I think he's only gotten the chance to race for 5 laps before a car falls on his lap. But sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield, as some of the sayings go for that.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Unfortunately, so far, Landon's been the bug. Garrett Pick and Peyton Strickland are trying to be the windshield, though. This seems coordinated. Try and work as a team to control the momentum of the pack, 1 and 2.
They're definitely trying to control the pace of this field, as everybody's getting really strung out now. I'm not sure if everybody's trying to save that much or just the damaged cars can't keep up.
Peyton Strickland electing to drop to the back. I don't think he likes the field numbers he's getting here. Looks like he's electing to go back and save in the pack instead.
Everybody's trying to save heavy right now. I would try to coordinate with somebody and say, let's just pit and run it hard to the end. Just a splash and go.
Trouble turn 3 and 4. Jackson Knack just got knocked off the bottom of the racetrack from 14th. Everyone else is still racing. You're keeping on your leaders, but we did lose a couple in the main pack, including Knack. And it goes right back to the conversation. What just happened here for this car here? People are running half throttle, and some don't want to play that game.
This is incredible how spread out everybody's starting to get right now. As Maconi, unfortunately, about to go a lap down. We'll see if he just tags on here and tries to get the lucky dog.
It's going to be tricky, though, because he's going to need to get the trap perfectly here. He stays high side for the time being. No troubles for the field yet again. Two cars trying to wreck into the bottom. Adam Baker, Peyton Strickland. Strickland with the save as Maconi gets the shuffle into the pack as a result.
I think it was Baker did not realize there was a car on his inside for some reason and just got into him. That was almost a big incident right there.
Almost a scary one, absolutely. Coming to 25 laps to go in this one. Here on Maconi Entertainment. You know who wants to lead for the first time all day? The 07. He's been up there as the pusher for everybody. He wants to be the pushee.
As everybody starts to look at their fuel numbers, like you said, may start making those changes. Do I need to be towards the front? Do I need to be towards the back? What can I do right now? It's got a green feel to it. I don't see it going green, but it's got a green feel to it. We'll have to see if green flags pit stops become a thing.
We already know for a couple, yes. Or specifically, the pusher for Matheson. He just got his first lap of the race there. Cole Breath absolutely can't make it. He needs a caution within the next 5 to 10 laps, or else he will not have a chance at $250.
$250 fuel strategy here.
Or giant trophy strategy.
Either or, yes. A lot going through your mind. Trying to decide, where do I want to be? Do I want to pit? Should I risk it?
They're the only two willing to work together, it seems, up top side, outside of maybe Baker in the tandem with Gibson. Oh, and loose! Trouble! Adam Baker. Hard contact caution flag is out. With 24 laps to go, Adam Baker loops it through turn 1. Did Gibson push him, or was that the tires? Baker just confirmed he just lost it. Up the hill, around it goes.
Unfortunate event right there. Like I said, track's getting baked by that sun. Tires are getting worn. There's an example right there. We'll have to see if these drivers feel like it's a good opportunity to get some fuel or get some tires on them to finish up this last little run.
McCracken also picking up a low motor from that situation. It's a full caution period. That's being sold as a good thing for the drivers, and 3 have just cheered in excitement. This really, again, helps Landon S. Huffman not lose a lap. Somehow, he hasn't lost one the whole race. Garrett Pick, once again, already to the apron to save.
I think Maconi's the lucky dog. I'll have to have somebody confirm that.
He is literally the only person outside of Bivens a lap down, so I'm pretty certain it'll be the 03 as your lucky dog here. So now, this takes care of most concerns and extremely helpful for a couple others. In particular, this may have just saved a couple people's races. In particular, Cole Brett. Never mind, Cole Brett has just had a technical issue at the worst possible time. You are kidding me. Cole Brett just had a crash of his sim right as he was going to be in the strat to be top 5.
Man, unfortunate nature sometimes of the internet beast.
Stunning, I know, but this definitely makes sure the whole field's good on gas since everyone is now in. No more saving games. It looks like most people will not take the tires here. Race off the lane, Matheson wins it. Off the lane second, Balderas, Curhan, followed by Pick, Ross, Kauser, Strickland. Once those in your race off the lane. So we come back going soon in with 20 laps to go when the green flag flies. No pressure, Jeremy. No pressure.
Absolutely no pressure at all. But guess what, Justin? It is go time. No more fuel saving. I don't know if anybody took tires. I probably personally would have taken tires so I could just go to the front. A lot of these drivers probably just need to splash of fuel. Hopefully they got the right fuel amount so they're not too heavy in this last little run.
Ortega came in for tires, so did Flagar. Also who took tires, Gibson, Huntley Jr., Knack, Hill Jr., and Huffman. Maconi just made the pit lane for the Lucky Dog, by the way. So, your front runners are on substantially old rubber that's already been proven based on some of these strats today. It's not going to last much longer because that's the concern I've seen in the next-gen car on old tires. We're seeing come into play with the Xfinity car. It gets loose if you blink too much and you go too hard into a corner. It washes up and loops down.
Ironic timing to have this caution because the track temp just went up another degree. That might have something to do with that caution there, with them getting loose.
1 degree, maybe not. About 60 laps on the tires nearly, or should I say more than 50 in some cases. That might do it more.
The tire game. It's a blast on super speedways. It's almost like the tires don't matter, but I feel like the tires are starting to matter as these tracks age.
I especially have said that more so, Jeremy, in the past 3-4 years, because at the end of the Gen 6 era, it was the first time iRacing made it to where the tire wear would be more likely. And it wore the rear tires out with that last year of the Gen 6 car in real-life competition. It was to where you could get tire spin on old tires with that car. That's kind of slowly curved into all the other cars, especially the next gen. That was really more so where it became prime focus again. This car is falling in line with that same thought. It's the same reason why people say on old tires, do not change lanes coming out of turn 2. You will loop it that way too, because it will just get light.
Especially when you're low on fuel, that lightness is about 10 times because you've got no rear grip. coming over that hump.
So getting ready for the restart. We're already 3 wide. We're not even at the green flag yet. Some cars trying to say, let's see what's in front of us. I'll ask you this again. Who's your pick if this goes green?
My pick is whoever crosses the finish line first. It's been a lot of
That's
everybody.
not an answer. That's not an answer. That's not an answer.
My pick is Pick. I've seen him up front all night, kind of setting the tone. I want to see him do it.
He's currently starting 5th. I mean, even Robert Hill Jr., who is still in the race, by the way, just said, you can't just pick the first one who crosses the line.
All right, Rob.
By the way, he is usually a producer in this time slot. He's starting 14th, by the way. Also, Alexander Ortega's pick over the radio. He's picking Fred Jones, the all-time leader in leading races in iRacing history. After all, you lead every lap if you're the pace car driver. In all seriousness, let's go green with 20 laps to go here in Fast Fridays at Talladega. Carter Casey, way late. Tech issue. Tobias Matheson forces 3 wide. Chaos as Matheson had a problem and is still having a problem.
Oh my goodness here.
Oh, somebody, nobody move.
Wow, inside of each other here.
Oh my goodness, that is your worst nightmare for a start.
And somehow we're still going straight as they get things sorted out back here.
So Ross loses a ton of ground as a result of that blip. And now single file. Your race leader, Carter Casey. Balderas the pusher. Garrett Pick is next in line. He's already keeping an eye on that outside buildup. The 22 Ortega is on the roll.
Did Carter Casey pit?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no, he did not, I should say. He did not pit, but he's good on fuel. Tires, we'll see. Pick to the lead.
My pick, taking it to the front, not disappointing me.
The Floridian trying to work with Ortega hard on the bumper. Able to get clear this time by. It looks like he's trying to help with Ortega to get clear before any move.
Ooh, big bump there.
Oh, and here he spins it. My goodness, he nearly looped it. That was exactly what I talked about. He nearly did it in front of the whole field.
That was an extremely close moment. That turn 3 and 4 is really starting to change here in the latter parts of this race.
That allows Ortega to become the race leader yet again. He's been in the conversation all night long, just 5 laps led prior to that one. Pick, who's led 12, now builds that momentum back along the yellow line. A lot of heavy hitters up at the front now. This is your time to shine if you want the money or the trophy.
You said it right there. It's the heavy hitters. Everybody's full throttle, no fuel games. Just be there at the end, be in the front. We got 17 to go here when we come to the line. I want to be up front.
But everyone can't be the front. You can't have 26 leaders. You can only have one.
And you'll find out what it looks like when all 26 of them want to be the leader.
Looks like Maconi's trying to start a 3rd line. No takers. There is now a taker. Now that Maconi's no longer the 3rd line. That was the move from Huntley Jr. Still back and forth side draft. We haven't touched upon the side draft too much tonight. Most drivers have elected not to aggressively squeeze or even attempt to use some of the side force to pull each other back here. It's an art form, it's a skill, it's difficult to get right, even on the sim in this car.
And the hardest part about side drafting is making sure the other car is going to stay where it's supposed to be. 2 cars trying to go to the same spot most of the time does not work out.
That 3rd line has now formed. It's only got 1 car yet again. Nobody wants that, and now we have a stack up. Someone chucked up outside. Gibson up to the top. They nearly ran each other over. They're trying it again. The 0 All is on the apron. We still stay green. We still hold on. Near
tell you,
trouble.
I feel like we're going to find out who has the good tires here because handling has become a thing. There's cars getting loose all over the place as the pick gets left out to hang here.
3 wide again. Overheating for some of the drivers now, too. To the bottom for the race lead, Carter Casey. Balderas was the pusher in that time, still 3 wide. Strickland goes right underneath Curhan. And he's straight to the bumper again for Ortega. Up the middle, 2 with them now. Landon S. Huffman. Can he finally find some luck here?
15 laps to go. Everybody's, we're going to have contact. Oh, can they save it? Wow, massive save there by the number 1.
Matheson, another technical issue. And the more blips you have, the less friends you will have available.
Looks like we're 3 wide on the backstretch.
Oh,
Pick.
Pick and Curhan playing a dangerous game. Kowser getting squeezed. Pick able to just make it through. Kowser having to cradle the apron with the squeeze. Here comes Strickland. He's blocked by Balderas all the way to the wall. Oh, they door! Contact! They crashed down the front stretch. Caution flag is out. Just about everybody is in it. Balderas takes the lead as 3/4 of your remaining field crashes it.
Extremely huge event right there. Later part of the race, everybody wants to win. I said all 26 drivers were going to look crazy trying to get to the front. This is that aggression right here.
Everyone but Balderas is the spotter call. Even Balderas is in it with the door damage. Absolute wildness. We're not even inside 10 laps to go, and those are the moves being made.
Seems like a lot of drivers are just kind of making it 3 wide like it's not supposed to be.
There's trying to block, and then Bluey. Hard hits all over the place. Pick hit the wall. Ortega, lots of hits. At least a couple meatball flags for Knack and Hale Jr. Landon Huffman had another car land on him again. This is going to get wild to close it out. Let's put it that way. We are almost out of clean cars. Give or take the faster pair. Balderas in all this is still trying to sort things out here. I think there's an issue. Half the field's pit. I think they've lost track of the pace car. Yeah, they passed the pace car, Jeremy. They are half a lap too far up the track.
Did they pass the pace car under green or under yellow?
Not a black flag yet. They don't know where the pace car is. They don't know if they passed it. Yeah. Remember, the caution came out just before the start and finish line. That means they had to let the pace car go by. But you only know that if you, well, see the let the pace car by signal, and a lot of people were more concerned on where am I on the track.
Right now, I'm looking at Garrett Pick, and he is right behind the pace car. I think he feels like he's in the best spot possible right now.
Lucky dog was Bivens this time, by the way. Still trying to sort how this is going to go for many. Balderas, Flagar, Ross, Huntley Jr., all mixed up where the car's supposed to be. Fred Jones does know where he needs to be. He needs to be the overall leader of every single race. So, looks like they are being told where they need to be starting up here. They still have not figured out where the pace car is, and now the pace car's here. Couple do want to pit, it looks like. A couple don't. Those who don't, that includes Flagar in the Silver State Palming Machine. Baldera is staying out. It looks like everybody else who passed the pace car is staying out. Garrett Pick, despite the damage for the contact, is also staying out.
I think Pick just barely brushed the wall pretty square. Just went for a little loop. We're 1 to green. We'll see how this plays out.
The field's still sorting where they need to be here. Coming up to 11 to go. They still don't have the order right. And Ross is arguing he should be first. He's contesting the lead. We've seen by far Balderas was up front. Correct me if I'm wrong, the leader was the 95 at caution. And they are still contesting this lead. The only thing I can think of is he missed the signal or something. I'm not sure what he's contesting here.
All I know is we're coming to green and we got a contest for the lead.
Something has to be dealt with. It looks like he's finally given up the contest. We can tell you he's supposed to be third. I think third. And now the sim is apparently telling there's a lot of tempers flaring. This should be wild, Jeremy. There's no way this starts like this.
There's no way it starts like this. They got to get this figured out. As the pace car is getting ready to make a hard left-hand turn on the pit road.
They can't do it like this. Black flag for the protest. They've extended the caution flag. What? There's so long you can do this. They have told Ross he will be parked if he doesn't get in line. It's getting spicy for the trophy.
This is going to be spicy, especially when we got technical errors like this.
I
don't know if it's even a technical error or if it's just a miscommunication.
It's been 15 seconds. He's disqualified. They gave him 15 seconds. He's done.
Decision was made. All right. We're going to be going back to green here.
So, how do you play the defense now that everybody's riled up?
Everybody's riled up. Everybody's hot. Everybody's ready for this to be over. It's been kind of a chaotic event. We're about an hour and 20 minutes into it here.
So again, here is how iRacing's ordered it. Balderas, Pick, Gibson, Ross, no longer on track. So Flagar in fourth, Maconi fifth, Matheson, Huntley Jr., Casey, Cowser, then Hill Jr., Ortega, in terms of the order. Bivens, Knack is in the pit lane. Curhan just caught the field. He's a lap down, and everybody else is 2 laps down or more. We had 21 cars in the lead lap about 10 minutes ago. That's gone in half because of this caution.
Just like that. All of them are gone. It's going to be about a 10-car shootout here for the final 10 laps. It looks like 10-lap shootout. Maconi found himself back up front, or found himself to the front after all of this.
Serious question. What happens to the money or trophy if Maconi wins? I've never actually asked him that yet.
I think we played a part in it, so he should help us out.
Yeah, that's going to be an argument with the second place finisher. And I'm not getting into that argument tonight. Yet. Balderas and Pick on the front row. Green, green, green. We're backing away. And we're down to 6 cars for the side-by-side. Everybody else is single file. The help falls into Balderas' lap. Gibson the pusher there. Pick with damage. That's going to hurt Pick the rest of the way as the lead car. Does he get shuffled? He's also got severe left side door damage.
I believe the left side's about the only place where his damage is, as it looks like he might be holding up that top line already.
He might get shuffled here. 4 cars top line, and they're slower than the 4 cars bottom line. By far. At least 4 miles an hour slower. Balderas is already single file. Maconi looking for the lead. Coming at 9 laps.
He might get shuffled out here.
Pick just got shuffled. He goes back to push now. Maconi now getting pushed by Pick. And now a trouble. Flagar gets turned around. Caution.
Oh, man. We were just getting up to speed. That was going to be a good finish. This should be a quick caution and get back to racing.
25 minutes to go on the clock. Maconi, by the way, just answered the question. He is taking the trophy if he wins.
I love it when the drivers interact with the broadcast. Makes it for a good time out here.
Everybody's here for a good time. Well, the best time is the $250 of the trophy, but that's just my opinion. 8 to go. We get back to the restart, or rather, to the front straightaway. Balderas is in a really great spot here, though. He's controlled the lead for the past couple cautions now since the madness started.
You said it right there. Balderas seems to be in a really good spot right here. Having control of the field late in the game. With these quick cautions, these drivers don't really have enough time to get these cars up to speed to really make passes. So these restarts here late are going to start becoming pretty chaotic.
So, we've already talked about playing the defense here. What about offense? We already seen Pick get shuffled. What's your offensive play if you're amongst those who are looking to become rich here? It should be worth noting, Pick is coming in for repair.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Pick take that fast repair if he has one.
But that leads to the question, what do you do on offense now?
Hold the gas down and go forward is what you're going to do. You're going to do everything in your power to get towards the front.
That's the most obvious thing I've ever heard of the night. So what would your actual play do other than hit the gas?
Well, if that third lane can get put together, I feel like these drivers really have an opportunity to make it happen on that top. The third lane out there, because it carries so much momentum in the exit of the turns, it could be set up coming off of 4.
Resetting your field. 13 left on the lead lap. I believe Curhan was your lucky dog. He is still a lap down, though, per the scoring. We'll double-check that in a moment. Balderas, Gibson, Maconi, Matheson, Casey Huntley Jr., Kowser, Robert Hill Jr., Ortega, and Pick your top 10. Pick is still getting repairs done and will need another caution. Bivens just got repairs done. He needs another caution, potentially, to get those fixed. Flagar just came out of the pit lane. He absolutely needs 2 cautions to get the car fixed. And Jackson Knack, he's out of the conversation, is likely going to miss the restart. This is going to be wild.
I'm excited for this finish. $250 or a trophy. It's a pretty sweet trophy, too, I will say that.
I mean, it's a custom trophy, right? It was talked about the first time they gave the trophy. Putting on as many little things as possible, I think, was part of the thought process. Some people over the radio I've overheard recommended putting Adam Sandler's face on it, putting everything possible under the sun on it.
Maconi's face should be put on it. That'd really make it really popular.
He'd probably put his face on it. I wouldn't be surprised. But 7 to go. Balderas looks to try and get a good jump again. He's got Maconi as a helper this time. Gibson has the helper of Matheson. All outside trying to jump it. Gibson just about slammed to the brakes to try and avoid the black. Michael Curhan, black flag from the sim. Curhan is on the lead lap, we can confirm, but did get a passing under the yellow, so will be clear. Here comes Maconi. He's ditching Balderas for the lead.
He gets split 3 wide in the process, and he gets help coming to his bumper now.
Gibson gets the help from Matheson. Matheson not clear.
Wow.
Good awareness. Matheson forced to back out, nearly turned himself across the field. Instead, he gets down to the middle line. 6 to go. The Canadian Connor Gibson gets some shoves now from Jeff Maconi, coming to 6 laps to go.
I was hoping he was going to stay up on top, but he's not going to. That's going to get Jeff Maconi to come up on this top. I really feel that top is the spot you want to be in, and just stay up there. Stop going to the bottom, because everybody on the top has that momentum to make it happen.
Maconi now leads that middle line. Lap traffic ahead. Jackson Knack, who's electing to stay low for now. See what he chooses in the next 30 seconds. Maconi getting a huge shove. Huntley Jr. Still dead even. 3 wide. Garrett Pick forcing the middle.
Garrett Pick with that damage fixed or close to fixed. He was my pick. He's trying to get himself back to the front. We're coming to the tri-oval.
Jackson Knack to the apron. 5 laps to go from Talladega. Huntley Jr. getting loose on tires. Pick thinking about 3 wide. Nowhere to go yet. Maconi tries to lead, tries to think bottom, can't yet.
As it continues side by side on a 2 here, this is going to be a battle with 5 to go. Really no momentum as we got, looks like Pick making the move.
Up the middle, 3 wide, hooked up with Huntley. They slam, they door, they shove each other. Huntley Jr. shoved to the fence.
Every inch is being taken right now. Maconi is now going to be on the front bumper of Pick here, and Pick has been really making those moves.
Pick is aggressive on the push now. 4 to go. Past 2 laps, Maconi's led of the stripe. Curhan, he wants to go. Curhan 3 wide, no takers, but a good side draft. Now he's got a taker. This time it's the 54 in sim, Brian Huntley Jr.
Here we go. We're going to be 3 wide down the backstretch for this lead. There might not be a lot of them, but there's enough to make it exciting.
Nobody take a sudden movement. Huntley Jr. Oh, Pick in trouble with behind him. They hold on. Trouble with Curhan. Caution flag is out. Green-white checker territory to close it. Curhan trying to get the top going. You're even blocked off once by Pick. What happened here? Ortega.
The 22 just came down.
And Michael Curhan will not get another trophy or $250 tonight. He, Ortega, and Baker are all significantly damaged from that incident. 17 minutes on the clock, Jeremy. And now it comes down to about 5+ miles. That's it.
I would assume this would be a quickie caution. So we can get these guys back going to green here.
So with how that caution came out, Gibson, Maconi, Balderas, Matheson, and Casey up front. No issues on fuel. To answer that question first, Curhan has already towed the car and is out of the race. Your lucky dog position, Jackson Knack, had just lost a lap.
Talk about perfect timing for that lap.
There is one driver coming in to top off, Robert Hill Jr., who lost the front clip for a second time tonight from an incident, is into the pit lane. We've also had another just park it. Out of the race now is Baker Jr. Green-white checkered finish confirmed, 1 to go. 3 attempts available. 3 attempts at the green-white checkered. Remember, if we take the white flag, it's race simply to the checkered. If we get a caution before the white flag, we re-rack them and stack them. If we get to the third restart and do not take the white flag, it ends under caution. With 15 minutes on the clock, it might be borderline on the third attempt, by the way.
Definitely borderline. I want to go back to my pick real quick at the middle of the show there. Garrett Pick. He was really making some hay on that final stint there. Let's see if he can come back here from, looks like 7th place. His aggression really showed right there. I think he can make it happen.
He almost ran the Daniel Eberhardt strategy, force everyone leaving the middle to go 3 wide. Does that work this time? Or what happens here? Gibson is the leader in the front row for the inside. The outside, it's led by Maconi.
One thing we do know, Justin, it's going to be all take here. No more give.
Especially when it comes to winning a trophy or $250 US. Let's find out how this is about to go.
What's 250 US in Canadian?
More than $300, about $320.
Okay.
In our words, about a week's worth of groceries. I'm not kidding.
Maybe. All right, let's go racing. Pace car is off.
Gibson, the control car. 2 laps to go. Maconi thought about a jump. Now it's the inside that gets the better launch. Valteras tries to get to the bumper fast. Matheson pushing as hard as he can on the 03's rear end.
Side by side through the gears. Pick with a wide open in front of him here. Just got to choose the right lane. Side by side down the backstretch. We're going to be coming to the white flag if we can make it here to the tri-oval.
Maconi gets himself clear. Now Gibson looking for help. No one pushing hard on the inside. There's Matheson. He leads Maconi out to dry. About a lap and a third to go. Tobias Matheson. He's been the helper all race. Can he pull it off? Trouble for Balderas. He saves it on the apron. We stay green. White flag gets ready at the start and finish line. 2.66 miles to go. Maconi leads the outside. Matheson inside. In Fast Fridays, it's the final lap.
Like I said, right before these couple restarts, that top line seems to work the best to keep the lead. If Maconi can get his help, he can probably win this.
Matheson getting a hard push all the way in the bumper, and he gets moved!
Oh.
Matheson into Maconi. Casey takes it 3 wide. Matheson loses the help. Connor Gibson goes for the lead, has a spin in the back. Casey now gets some help from Huntley Jr. A 4-horse race for the win. Who is $250 on a trophy richer? Gibson on the inside. Casey blocks the outside. He loses his help. 3 wide for the race win. Gibson to the apron, to the bumper. It's Huntley Jr. who gets stuffed into the fence and wins it.
Absolutely incredible finish.
Brian Huntley Jr. picks up Fast Friday's victory at Talladega and gets it done on a last stretch roll. 0.008 seconds. How about that defensive move? Gibson all the way to the wall.
It became a 3-car battle to the checkered, and it did not disappoint.
The pack imploded behind, but Brian Huntley Jr. from 24th starting spot up to first in the end. He got doored up the track at one point. He was able to withstand the dooring to take the checker tonight. What a finish, and he is still rushing to celebrate. The winning strat over the radio, by the way, Jeremy. Turns out your simple strategy to keep your foot in it was the winning call.
I just didn't have the winning pick, so I guess I'll take something.
Brian Huntley Jr. picks up the victory and gets to celebrate. He tries to figure out what to celebrate, in what fashion rather. We'll let him figure out what a burnout is. The next few moments, you're watching Maconi Entertainment post-race coverage after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back to Talladega. What a finish, Jeremy, is the first thing on the mind. 8 1,000ths of a second, the difference for tonight.
4 drivers, came down to 3 drivers, came down to 2 drivers. It was a heck of a finish. I'm excited to hear what the drivers have to say tonight.
Let's take a look at your unofficial race results, as in the end, after a wild finish that started off with this bump and this craziness, it was Brian Huntley Jr. He was in the middle of this pack at the time, who just avoided getting turned there and just avoided being out of the conversation. He picks it up by 8 1,000ths of a second. Carter Casey, 6 100ths back in third. Baldarius Hill Jr., Bivens, Flygar, along with Matheson, Kelzer, and Maconi, your top 10 in the lead lappers. Pick, Knack, Ortega, Curhan, Baker, Hoffman, Strickland, Colbreth, McCracken, Semprock, rounding out your top 20. Your other starters, Box, Scafidi, I should say, Ambrose, Neeble, Ross, Swantonbach, and Wilson. Craziness galore here, and let's take a look at this replay as we talk with your race winner, Brian Huntley Jr. After the craziness down the back straightaway, you were 4th coming into turn 3. Talk to us what you've seen, as it was 3 wide in front of you.
Well, what I saw was carnage there, and I thought I was going to get into it like that earlier wreck when it happened by the pit road there earlier on. I didn't think I was gonna get through it. Once I saw Jeff go up and Saucer, it was like, I had a buddy spotting me there. He's like, go low, go low. He's like, all right, well, Jeff's up high, and he got hooked by I don't remember who it was, but yeah, that was an intense battle at the end. Then coming out of 4, I seen I think what was it 29, I think. I was gonna get the 29 on by the '07, and I think was that the 91. Yeah. Um, and then I was just gonna help him, but he left a hole there in the middle. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna try it. Let me try to shoot the middle and see if my luck prevails. So it ended up doing that. That was a very close one at the end. That was like I want to say with that one Xfinity race with Sieg, and I forgot who it was, but still shaking. I'm like, it was a very good race. Absolutely, it was. I didn't think I was gonna get it. I really didn't. So I'm like, I'm just gonna shoot for the best and hope I get through it all. So.
Yeah, that was your only lead lap, by the way. That
Hmm.
checker flag lap. But overall, how big is this win for you to be able to win in a race like this, but also be $250 richer or get a big trophy? It's your choice.
I like super speedways. I do a lot of them in my own league, and came out to support Jeff. I use his sets. They're fantastic. So I'm like, all right, let me come out here and see what Jeff's got here. But I love super speedway racing. I won a lot of them. So I'm like, let me see if I can continue my luck at them. So and it ended up working out. So I just yeah.
Well, that leads to one question.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you going to be taking the $250 or the trophy?
Uh, oof. Haven't decided yet. I don't know. Maybe the trophy.
I'll let.
Maybe the 250.
So, inconclusive is the answer for now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll let you talk that over with Jeff Maconi, but anyone you want to thank for tonight's run?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. I want to thank Jeff Maconi for putting this on tonight. You guys up here in the booth, you guys do an awesome job every week on Fridays. I always tune in. Um, Maconi Setup Shop, great setups. If anybody got a chance or reasonable price, very good on all of them. They're the asphalts, road course, whatever it is. He's really good. My spotter there of JP Big Dogs Gaming on Facebook. My just everybody who came out tonight and had a good showing for Jeff, and having you guys call the race and just put on a very hell of a show. And second and third place too as well. They put a good race up.
A great race overall here tonight. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Ryan Huntley Jr. gets the win here tonight at Talladega. Second spot, 8/1000 shy. Connor Gibson is with Jeremy Briggs.
So Connor, what
Ugh.
a hectic end of that race right there. Walk me through everything.
Oh man! First of all, what a race! Thank you to everyone at Maconi for setting up a great race and a lot of fun racing there. That was the closest I've been. But looking back at that, there's nothing more I could have done there. I tried to not wreck David, but gave him the door to try to slow him down a little. Or Brian, not David, sorry, Brian. Just wasn't enough though. So
Man,
congrats to
taking the
Brian.
taking the questions right out of my mouth. What would else you've done there? And you already answered the question. What was your strategy going in tonight, and did it play out like you thought it was going to?
I was just hoping to survive and see what happens at the end, and it basically did come along that way. But there was a lot fewer cars there near the end. I think we finished with 10 or 11 on the lead lap. Like there was a lot high level of attrition, which is expected at Talladega. But uh, I was surprised. So I knew then that I had a clean car and I had a shot there, and anything can happen here. So
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your second place finish.
thanks, man.
Let us know who got you here tonight.
Uh, I I just saw it in the hosted race. And I'm like, oh, this looks like fun. I'm gonna do that, and here I am.
Good deal. Who do you want to thank?
Thanked the guys I was racing with, Mason and Mark and Jackson, and some of my friends and coworkers that I sent the broadcast link to, Will and Bradley and some other ones, and the guys at Bandit Racing League. I always race with them, and they learned a lot that I know here from them. So shout out to them.
Awesome. Well, I hope they got to see your interview at the end. Congratulations again, Connor, on your
Thank
second
you.
place finish, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Connor Gibson, your second place finisher.
How about that? You find it on the list, you nearly come up $250 rich. Just a touch bit short on the ultimate miracle story in some cases. But it's Carter Casey who finishes third. Carter, you were amongst those who was in the 3 wide for the win. What was your view on the final lap in the midst of the craziness?
Yeah, I was trying to push Jeff as best I could. I was hoping to get him clear of the guys that we were racing with, and then hopefully get us both out front and kind of make a move if it made sense. I wasn't gonna ditch him just to make both of us lose the race. If I had to push him to the win, I would have pushed him to the win. But if there was enough of a gap to make a move, that was the plan. Try and get him out to a far enough gap to where I could make a move and both of us cross the line 1-2. But inside lane, the leader got hit of the inside lane and it shot him up into Jeff, and everything changed right then and there. So was just taking that head of steam that we got from that, and the 54 on the iRacing sim, he was pushing the hell out of me pretty good, and I was thinking he was sticking with me, but I knew he was looking high, and that's one of those moves you either stick middle where I was at, or and risk him going high, or you try and block high and hope that when you block, that you both make contact with the square with the bumpers, and it gives you a head of steam. But that didn't happen. He had enough of a gap to where he made a hell of a move, just shot it in the middle of 3 wide, and there wasn't not much I could do there. I don't want to wreck anybody coming to the line, especially these money races. Some of these other money races you see, it can be just a straight dirt fest coming to the line, and I didn't want to dirty it up. So, and these guys, they race clean to the line, and it's good for other people to see, like, you can race for money and still finish clean. So that was cool to see. It definitely sucks. I'm normally excited about finishing third, but with the money on the line, I mean, it would have been a lot nicer to win. But you know what? Hey, we crossed the line. That's all we could ask for.
In the end, though, what would you change or do differently to put yourself in the spot to be first, or better yet, in terms of anything? What would you have done differently as the night progressed?
Well, as far as the end goes, I probably would have hugged the bottom line, like kind of held the right door, the bottom line a little tighter, through 3 and 4, and tried to get a bigger head of steam. Because if I could have cleared the bottom lane, I mean, I could have blocked. I probably should have side drafted them. That I just needed a little bit, and I could have dropped low. Nobody would have been with the 54 there to help him out, and that could have been the winning move. But overall, I mean, we lost our fast repair right off the rip, so it was really just make it to the end at that point. And yeah, it kind of stinks, but I mean, we all crossed the line, so can't be mad at it.
Indeed, here. So, on that note, anyone you want to thank for the run tonight?
Yeah, just thank everybody here at Maconi for putting these shows on and putting the money on the line and taking care of business out here and putting on a good show for everybody. And thanks for the broadcast as always, and y'all do a heck of a job up there in the booth. And thank Fireball Talks NASCAR, David Kreutz for doing what he does for our league on Saturday nights and hosting us. So he does a good job with Saturday Night Thunder, and you know, just thankful for everybody that makes this possible.
Carter Casey rounding out the top three here tonight. Also, we've seen one of the drivers real quickly. We'll give a shout out to, why don't we quickly bring in Alexander Valdez? You asked for a quick feature. What's the quick feature, Alex?
Well, it's good to be back and, back with you guys and doing this. This race was super, super fun. I thought the package was interesting. I do like the Xfinity package at Plate Tracks because of how much it's taped up. It kind of requires a different mindset when you come to super speedway racing. But I'd say with all the guys tonight, even though the amount of cautions we had, I wouldn't say tonight was inherently dirty at all. And I'd say tonight was great.
For reference, he finished 4th position. In the midst of those, believe you were in the flipping cars group there.
Oh, no, I made it through.
Oh, you avoided the flipping car of Matheson.
Yeah, I avoided the flipping car of Matheson. That is a near miss. And on top of that, I had like 4 crazy saves this race. So there's a lot of near misses for me this race. One of them the win, but all the other was just avoiding the wrecks if possible.
In the end, though, what would you have done differently to be in the conversation for the win on the final lap, outside of, having to drift on the apron?
Yeah, hopefully not getting turned is up there on the list, but able to save it. And I don't know what I really could have done differently there. I mean, maybe jump up top, because I wasn't expecting Jeff, and I think that was the 31 up top. I didn't expect them to get so much of a run. And I really didn't expect the top to be as powerful as I thought it would be. And I think that was my main mistake going into it. But I realized that if I had just gone up there, I probably would have had a better chance at the win. But really not much other than that. I think I ran this race as probably about as best as I could. And, getting turned at the end there, not the greatest way to, try and fight for the win. But, hey, at least I saved it.
Well, on that note, anyone you want to give a shout out to, Alex?
Well, thank you guys for putting this on. It's so good to, kind of come back here in the booth. And, Jeff and I were talking through amongst the whole race there with Robert Hill. It was honestly, again, thanks to you guys for putting this on for the Fridays and the Monday race. I thought tonight was great. I can't wait to race more.
Alexander Balderas finishing 4th here tonight. And get one more quick word, just a couple questions at max here for Tobias Matheson. You were the leader for the final lap. Then chaos. What happened?
I kind of got a little bit of a bad push by the guy behind me, and it was near my left rear quarter panel, and it kind of just shot me up into Jeff Maconi.
So, how difficult was the night? In fact, you had a technical blip so hard you were inside a car at one point. How tricky was that in the night in general?
It was weird. I wasn't really expecting it, but it was pretty interesting. I mean, my Ethernet wasn't working, so we're trying to get that fixed too.
That would explain that in terms of the issue there. Hardline always better than Wi-Fi, as people say. But on that note, Tobias, I believe someone's calling for you. Thank you very much for the time. Any shout outs you like to give?
I'd like to give a shout out to my family. They've been supporting my real racing, and I've done better in national events. And thank you for everybody that helped me and all my fans. And that's pretty much it.
Tobias Matheson, he was the leader before this moment you see on screen now here tonight. I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to speak with us during post-race coverage and a wild finish in Fast Fridays. Jeremy, your final thoughts on this one tonight?
Well, it was a fast Friday for me for sure. Ended up in here kind of last second, but it was great to be a part of this event. I believe this is one of your last Fast Fridays. I want to congratulate you on that opportunity you got. And I want to thank Maconi Entertainment for having me along, and David for producing, and I had a good time.
It was an exciting one indeed. And for reference on that, the racing season in Canada just getting started next week. That currently takes the precedent of the real world announcing side of things at Delaware Speedway. So that doesn't mean the end for Fast Fridays. No, not even close. Next Fast Fridays, it's Xfinity Cars at Iowa. That start time once again 7 p.m. Eastern here on Maconi Entertainment. Be sure to tune in. The next block of qualifying races for the money race also includes the Tour Mods at Five Flags and the GR86s at Mid-Ohio before a truck race on Homestead Miami Speedway. On that note, though, it's time to say goodbye. We'd like to thank tonight's sponsors once again, Maconi Setup Shop and Maconi Competizone. Calling the action tonight was myself, Justin Prince, alongside my colleague once more in Jeremy Briggs. Our producer this evening was David Kreutz. Thanks to our viewers for watching tonight's action. I hope you stay tuned to our social media pages for our next Fast Fridays race. And don't forget, on iRacing social media platforms, we have coverage each week for the top split of the Maconi C-Fix Series. Be sure to tune in as it goes to Darlington next week. This has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you at the checker flag.